and I share it. Okay, so today we'll start our discussion with GetElementByID and with functions. So that's my script tag. Now, whenever we talk about functions, we always talk about event handling. You know that. And by event handling, what we mean is that whenever you open up a website, you close a website, you hover over an image, or you click on an image, or you click on a button, or maybe let's say you have a form and you click inside a text box in a form, so on and so on. Okay. Let me first just save this as I can save it here, yes. Right. So what we can do over here is I can insert is an image. Just see what I'm doing. Image source is equals to I have this, and I can just close. Is this okay? So I'll just make a function over here, and that's how we make a function. So we just make a function. I'll name it as, let's say, call me function. And what is this function doing? Very simple, basic. Sorry. Yeah. Alert. So simple alert. I did with a space. Now what I want is that I have this image. This is the name of the image, and on click of this image, I will want call me to be enabled. Now what am I doing? Let's see. If I preview this, if this is my image, if I click on this image, this hi there. So this image, this is what's happening. This is one way you can basically call a function. Or probably you don't want to call it this way. There are other ways. You can come to the body tag and you can say on load. On load, call me. It means as soon as your page gets loaded, as soon as I load it, you see, I click on live and I load it, this gets activated. Okay. So it could be anything. You could even make a button. For example, over here, we could have is.
सर
Yes, beta.
सर हमने वो जो इमेज इंसर्ट की थी उसका साइज कितने चेंज करेंगे?
अच्छा मैं एक सेकंड वापस जाता हूँ. Let me do that. Let me go back. ये इमेज है ना, इसको मैं कर सकता हूँ स्पेस width. Let's make it 120. Height is equals to, let's make it 50 approximately, and here so छोटी हो गई है, but you can see over here is इस image पे जब मैं click करूँगा, right? Get the point?
Yes sir, thank you.
Right. उसके अंदर ही हम define कर सकते हैं image height and width. So मैं कह रहा था कि I can even make it a button. So आपको पता है input type forms में there are lots of kinds. So I can say space input type is equals to button, ठीक है, और यहाँ मैं कह सकता हूँ value means what should be written on the button. Value is equals to and text that should be displayed, let's say, click here. Okay, you can say click here, and over here what you can do is you can write over here is on click is equals to you can simply have is call me. Just call the function, right? So now I have this button. So through the input type means when you make a form, what input type do you want? You have button, you have radio buttons, you have text boxes, you have text area. Okay, there are lots of input types that you have. Okay, you have combo boxes. So if I click on this, they call it on click call me. Right, let's do it again. On click call me. What seems to be wrong? It's a pretty oh sorry. So if I click on this, get this. So I could have changed this. So this is button. There you go. Instead of button, I could make this over here is, let's say, text. Text means a text box, a text area. So when I click inside text box, I get a function. See, that's another. So maybe you want to type something, and before you type something, you want a function, a message to appear. Yeah, you can do this way as well. So you see, this is has lots of possibilities. ये सिर्फ limited नहीं है, बहुत कुछ आ सकता है इसमें. But obviously, it's based on the same concept. So मकसद ये है कि functions are always triggered through event handling. ये आपने ज़हन में रखना है. Okay. And this is how we create a basic function, right? Function call me. Okay. The name of the function, हमें पता है, it should not start with numbers. It should start with text. It should be meaningful. Meaningful means the function that you're creating, the name that you are using should be used accordingly to the function, like validate होगा, जो भी है. हम करेंगे discuss further. Obviously we will. So ये हो गया. Right. Okay. Let me just go over to GetelementbyID. साथ I'll discuss function as well. GetelementbyID is a very good concept, very important concept. If you have done HTML, or let's say if you've not even done HTML, you do know that HTML में we have tags. We have tag F tag, H1 tag, table tag. ये सारे tags होते हैं. When you display information on a website, tables, images, videos, they are all inserted through HTML tags. Okay. The other name of tags is also known as your element. So when we say get element by ID, which means go and get a tag by ID, मैं काम करता हूँ out of the script tag. इधर आके ना out of the script tag. मैं यहाँ डालता हूँ एक paragraph and I will name it as ID is equals to me. And what I'll do is I'll make a function over here. And this time what I'll do is I'll say over here is this function will do is this when I click on this function, it will go to the document and see it's a camel case. Get element by ID me dot inner HTML, and I'll write over here is okay. So that following text will appear. Right. So what will happen now is, if I preview this live again, well, Okay, fine. I can use the button, or I can use let's use a button instead of a text box. अजीब सा लगता है. So I have this button. If I click on this button, I get the following text. ये क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है? ये ऐसा इसलिए हो रहा है कि I have this paragraph tag. I can even do this because paragraph के अंदर I can type something else. Okay. We can have some text here. Right, and I can close the paragraph tag. So अब क्या होगा? I have this text and I click on this. The text changes to this. Now, why is this happening? मैं आपको बताता हूँ. When we click on this button will basically trigger a function known as call me. Okay, fine. It goes to this for call me function. When it comes here, it says document. It means this is my entire document. See, doc type, document type, HTML. So it's a document. Dot means you document के अंदर you need to access this. Get element. Do you have any tag element which has been given an ID, a name of me? Yes, I do. I have a paragraph tag. Its ID is me. Okay, right. Dot inner HTML. Well, again, this emphasizes on the fact that you will find this within HTML. HTML. It's an HTML document. So within HTML. Now, why is writing HTML important? क्योंकि we are writing the script. ये script है और script ये end हो रहा है. So we are within JavaScripting. मगर वो कह रहा है कि you will find this me in HTML. क्योंकि ये जो आप टैग देख रहे हो ये HTML के अंदर है. This is not inside scripting, JavaScripting. ये JavaScript का पार्ट है. No doubt scripting अलग भी हम कर सकते हैं as .js and we can also embed it inside HTML. बिल्कुल ठीक है. What I'm trying to emphasize on the fact is that this .inner HTML means that this tag is located within HTML. Is this not HTML? This is HTML. Is this all not HTML? It's HTML. Is this not JavaScripting? It's JavaScripting. So you will find this within HTML. That's the point. Is equal to, this is assignment operator. Double equal to is comparison. Double equal to means when we write double equal to, compare this side with this side. ठीक हो गया? Right. So assign this double quotes के अंदर this text. This means if you find me anywhere, here I have me, assign the following text to it. So what happens is when I click on this, instead of this text, I get the following text. Is that clear, all of you? Dua, is it clear, beta? Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Good. मैं आज इसको ऐसा करूंगा. मेरी बात सुनो. मेरे ख्याल से I was just trying to go a bit more fast. मैं इसको आज नहीं खत्म करता. हम इसको अगले फ्राइडे तक ले जाते हैं. There is no haste. मतलब we have time, ऐसी बात भी नहीं है. ठीक है? क्योंकि प्रोग्रामिंग में बहुत ज्यादा एकदम मैं करा दूंगा तो मतलब से कुछ समझ नहीं आएगी. What do you say? समझ everyone, हाँ? जितना होता है मैं आज करा देता हूँ. Almost
Okay, sir.
everything in just 2 days. जिसने बिल्कुल भूले हुए उनके लिए बहुत मुश्किल हो जाएगी. अच्छा, so आज हमारी second discussion was get element by ID, okay, and we have function. Anyone has a problem till now? Please let me know. फिर मैं आगे चलता हूँ.
Sir, मैंने एक बात
can you
पूछनी
explain
थी.
the brackets?
बोलो. One by one पूछो. जी दुआ पूछो.
Sir, I was just confused about the brackets. I always get confused. You can't just mark it.
Though I could not hear you properly, beta.
Sir, I was asking about the brackets.
The brackets? These brackets?
Yes, sir.
These? Or these?
I was asking when to use which.
Okay. Right. You should have been present yesterday as well. Anyway, I'll share video lectures with you, okay, in the group. Some multiple that you can watch to learn all that. Basically, as far as brackets are concerned, whenever you will be dealing with functions, it's not only for JavaScripting, it's entire rule. So for functions, we will always be using these. Whenever we'll be dealing with databases, which includes even arrays. Arrays are databases, by the way. We'll always be using these. Whenever we will be dealing with scripting, scripting means any language scripting, any tag. Okay, yeah, scripting, such as CSS even. Okay, functions. So whatever scripting, we will be dealing with these. So you can see what it is. I have function. I'm using this. So I am using JavaScripting. Okay, so I am using this. Okay, but let me make it much more clear to you. CSS, when we make is function, when we use is for loop, when we use is if, then else, right? Whenever we use a switch statement, sorry, statements, right? In these cases, we'll always be using this. In databases, or whenever we have to define an array, we'll use a square brackets. We haven't used square brackets here because I'm not using any array over here. As functions, we use this. I could not clarify this more than this. Is it clear, Dua Beta?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Right. So, yes, someone else wanted to ask? Please.
सर मैंने पूछना था
जी बेटा उठो बोलो
सर हर फंक्शन का डिफरेंट स्क्रिप्ट टैग होगा
क्या होगा बेटा फंक्शन का
हर फंक्शन का डिफरेंट स्क्रिप्ट टैग होगा
जी बेटा हर डिफरेंट फंक्शन का डिफरेंट होगा बिल्कुल यू कैन हैव मल्टीपल फंक्शन फॉर मल्टीपल जॉब्स हम इवेंचुअली फ्राइडे की क्लास तक जब पहुंचेंगे देखो बहुत सारा वी कैन डिवाइड इन सच अ वे क्योंकि इसके बाद हमने देखा थ्योरी के P1 बस करने हैं और बाकी रिवीजन में लाइक व्हेन आई डिस्कस दिस विद यू ऑल ऑफ यू सो नहीं तो मेरे पास नहीं है if you want we can spend more time on JavaScripting और साथ साथ थ्योरी भी कर लेते हैं right एनिमेशन
सर आप हमें लाइक हम थ्योरी का बता सकते हैं कि लाइक हमें कैसे उसको लाइक लर्न करना चाहिए
I'll tell you what
हमें उसके ज्यादा पेपर्स करने चाहिए
पेपर ही करने हैं हमने आप ऐसा काम करो आपने प्लीज एक काम करना कि ड्यूरिंग दिस वीक आप एक्सेस के पेपर्स तो कर ही रहे हो चैप्टर 1 to 7 जहाँ तक किया है ना प्लीज गो थ्रू ऑल दैट क्योंकि मैं चाहता हूँ कि
ऑफ द बुक
फ्रॉम द बुक 1 to 7 गो थ्रू इट इसलिए क्योंकि अगले सैटरडे में हम जावास्क्रिप्टिंग के साथ मैं P1 भी डिस्कस करूंगा ओके आई विल नॉट एंड आई एम नॉट डिस्कसिंग P1 टुडे क्योंकि अनलेस एंड अनटिल आपने रिवीजन नहीं की होगी मेरे डिस्कशन करने का फायदा नहीं होगा जब आपने पढ़ा होगा आपको टॉपिक आता होगा एंड देन वी विल सॉल्व पास पेपर यू कैन आर्ग्यू विद मी एंड यू कैन से ओके वी गॉट इट सो मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ अगले सैटरडे मैंने P1 सॉल्व करना है मैं ग्रुप में दोबारा माइंड करा दूंगा सो मेक श्योर ऑल ऑफ यू गो थ्रू चैप्टर 1 and 7 अगेन ठीक हो गया तब तक हम जावास्क्रिप्टिंग कर रहे हैं डेटाबेसेस अलग हो रहा था काम हमारा ठीक है एनीवे साथ साथ चल रहा है अच्छा कैन आई कंटिन्यू नाउ
यस सर
ओके सो ये हम फंक्शन की बात की है function has to start with f small when we create a function it will always be with a customized meaningful name that should start with a text it should not start with a number a function will have its own code block isko hum code block kehte hain this is the code block के अंदर we write the script that will perform a particular functionality that function will do and the functionality over here is that the following string is being assigned to this particular element by the ID me, which you will find within inner HTML or inner HTML में आपको paragraph मिलेगा जिसके अंदर me होगा ये button क्यों है? क्योंकि button is one of your event handler. When you click on the button, तो क्या हो? So since programming में you can create anything on your own, you can customize. There could be lots of things that you might can think of. ठीक हो गया. इसके बाद हमारी डिस्कशन जाती है. Let's simply. So मैं फंक्शन को डिस्कस फिर करूंगा. It's not that कि एक बार हो गई है, मगर obviously there's more discussion to be done. Let's talk about loops. Okay, loops are really important. पहले for loop को discuss कर लेते हैं. So for loop में basically what we have is, let's say I can have over here is variable a is equals to 0, और मैं कह सकता हूँ for. How do we construct a for loop? For brackets, or for can लिखोगे a is equal to 0, a is less than equal to 6, and a is equals to a plus 1, right? And like I said, for loop mein you use the volume bracket, and over here you can write over here is document dot write, and you can write over here is a. So what happens over here that if I want to preview this, I get from 0 till 6. You can आप देख रहे हो किधर. We can bring it in separate line. How do we do it in scripting? I can use HTML tag br or hr. So I can use over here is a tag which will be in double quotes. Why in double quotes? Because ये HTML tag है. Double quotes में डालता हूँ. Double quotes में दो चीजें recognize होंगी. One is string and one is HTML tags. So you see br का color change हो गया blue में. Okay, so it's different. So what happens now? I get space in between. क्योंकि this a variable is being displayed every time, और a के बाद comma br आ रहा है. Br the break rule. Go to the next line. So what's happening over here? So for a is a variable which is 0. So in a loop you always have is a initialization, a condition, and an increment. So I'm initializing with 0. It checks over here condition. Is 0 less than equal to 6? Yes, 0 is less than 6. Then it says a is equals to a plus 1. Now this a is equals to a plus 1, this will occur in the next loop. So first of all, a 0 print कर देगा, वापस आएगा. When it comes back, तो reinitialize नहीं होता. Okay, I will discuss outer loops with you next time. Next classes में advanced topics हम discuss करके इसको end कर सकेंगे इंशाल्लाह. मगर अभी मैं inner loops नहीं discuss कर रहा आपके साथ. I'm not doing that today. तो confusion हो जाएगी, ये भी नहीं करते. So over here, what happens is when it comes back, it does not reinitialize. क्योंकि वो reinitialize तब होता है when you go out of it and come back again. Okay. For example, if you say over here is document dot write, and if I say is I am out. So if I run this, इस case में it says I am out when it's out of it. अब अगर दोबारा वापस जाएगा तो दोबारा initialize करेगा. Anyway, so what happens is a is now 1. जब second time 1 जाता है, 1 is less than 6, और third के लिए a is equals to 1. क्या हो गया? 1 plus 1 2. So what happens now is a becomes 1, 1 gets printed. फिर वापस गया, फिर it becomes 2, 2 print हुआ, a हो गया 3, फिर वापस गया, फिर 3 हुआ, फिर 4 हुआ. A time will come when it becomes 6. Fine, it goes back. 6 is less than equal to 6. Yeah, 6 is equal to 6. The statement is still true. क्या होता है? A is equals to 6 plus 1. A हो गया 7 for the next turn. So ठीक है, वो इधर आता है, 6 को print कर देता है. But once it goes back, तो A हो चुका होता है तब 7. जब वो इधर आता है, वो कहता है 7 is less than equal to 6. No. It's not less than and it's not equal to 6. So it comes out and says, I'm out. But just when this condition is not true, I simply come out of this bracket or मैं इधर आ जाऊंगा. Now this is a loop. Loop is known as iteration. Iteration means you keep on repeating a particular step unless and until condition is not met. It's one of the very important part in programming. I repeat again. iteration, loops are used to fulfill the condition unless and until, to fulfill a statement unless and until particular condition is not met. Condition meet हो गई, बाहर आ गए. Condition नहीं meet हुई, बाहर नहीं आए. Is this clear? All of you. ठीक है? अच्छा, you might have seen somewhere programming language में लिखा होता है A++, C++. Now, well, since increments, you open up documents, you close documents, you open up application, you close application with increment of 1. कभी ये नहीं होता कि odd number पे even number पे चीज increment हो. So programming में increment is always by 1. So there's a short way of writing it, and you might know is it's A++. It will give you the same result. So मैं आपको बता रहा हूँ कि if you write A is equal to A+1 या if you write A++, it's the same thing. कोई फर्क नहीं है दोनों में. ये ज़हन में रखना. अच्छा, तो A is equals to A, ये हो गया. Let's just talk about some more things. So if I do is this, if I say A is equals to 10, Dua, can you tell me better what will happen now? If I run this now.
So the next thing won't be true, so it will only print 110.
So what will it print?
110.
Sumaya, what do you say?
Sir, I am out.
I'm out. Iman, why do you think that she's saying I'm out will appear?
Because different statements की हैं, क्योंकि A is equals to 10 इनने किया, पर ने यहाँ पे बताया हुआ है कि like वो 6 से बड़ा है, मगर ने A का is equals to 1 भी किया हुआ है. I think that's what
हमारी जी कंडीशन क्या है? A is equals to 10. इनिशियलाइजेशन सॉरी कैसे कर रहे हैं? A 10 है ना? तो जब A 10 है, it comes and checks the condition. Is 10 less than equal to 6? No, it's not. फिर क्या होता है? फिर ये होता है कि जब मैंने क्या कहा था? When this condition is not true, क्या होता है? It comes here. Yes or no? तो मैंने इनिशियलाइज ही गलत किया ना. इसको डिलीट कर दें, इसको जरूरत नहीं है. मैंने यहाँ फॉर लूप के अंदर इनिशियलाइज ही गलत किया. So if I click on this, it says I'm out. Why? You get the point. Why is it saying I'm out? Rest of you, is it clear? Fatma, Mariam, Alina.
सर आप रिपीट करते हैं कि A++ का क्या?
मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि you can see over here is for A is equals to 10. I'm initializing with 10. Agree? 10 से initialize कर रहा हूँ ना?
यस सर, मुझे इसकी समझ आ गई. वो बस A++ का आप कह रहे थे A is equals to 1 हुआ.
जी ये एक ही चीज. आप चलो कंफ्यूज ना, मैं बता रहा हूँ. ये इसका मतलब और इसका मतलब एक ही है. It's the same thing. Okay? A++ means A is equals to A+1. It's a shorter way.
Sir, why did you delete variable A equals to 0?
और क्या होगा?
Why did you delete variables A equals to 0?
Over here, it was not important to write it over there. Why did I remove that one from here? It was not important because you are writing it over here. I'll discuss it later on. Why do we have to declare it twice? So the reason why I changed A is equals to 10 was because I wanted to prove the fact that if we initialize with the wrong value, what effect will it have on the statement? It will obviously not display the statement. Now, Dua, tell me what will be the output.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then I'm out.
Very good. Exactly. Okay. What will be the output? Anyone? You can just think over it. A-1. So we're going back.
Sir, ये infinity पे चला जाएगा.
ये infinity में चला जाएगा. क्यों जाएगा infinity में? Can you explain Samaya beta? To the other?
Because A should be less than equal to 6 और अब हम माइनस कर रहे हैं तो फिर वो माइनस में चलता है.
माइनस में जाता रहेगा. वो तो हमेशा ही लेस ही रहेगा. हमेशा लेस ही रहेगा ना.
Yes, sir.
कंडीशन कभी ट्रू होगी नहीं. अच्छा, if I do this then
Sir, I am out. आएगा.
yes, anyone else? आप what do you say? क्या होगा इसमें? Yeah, I'm out आएगा क्योंकि obviously condition
So I'm out.
जी I'm out आएगा. अच्छा, और उसको चेंज कर देते हैं थोड़ा. अब क्या होगा?
ये 1
1
से लेकर
0.
-6 तक.
Yeah. And then I'm out.
जी बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने. So it's 1 से लेके -6 तक ले जा रहा है क्योंकि obviously it's decrementing, it's going down and initialize with 1 or condition A is less than equal to -6. Very good. This means now you get the point. All of you, are you with me? Noor, Alina, Mariam? जी बेटा, क्योंकि ये इनिशियल कॉन्सेप्ट्स आपने क्लियर करने हैं. आई एम टेलिंग यू इट इज इजी. आप ये लूप्स, फंक्शन, गेट एलिमेंट बाय आईडी, मैं बाद में आपको वीडियो भी सेंड कर दूंगा इनकी सो दैट यू कैन प्रैक्टिस मोर. ठीक है, मगर ये को पीसेस में लेट्स मेक द कॉन्सेप्ट क्लियर. दिस इज द इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग. अच्छा, मैं इसको और एलैबोरेट क्या कर सकता हूँ? वेल आई कैन, बट आई डोंट वांट टू लाइक एलैबोरेट इट टू अ लॉट ऑफ एक्सटेंट सो दैट it becomes not right. We can talk about, let's say, more about if statement. Let's say if I have variable a is equals to 5 and I have a variable 4, variable b is equals to 2, and how to use this statement? We can use, say, if a is greater than b, then you do what? I have, like I said, we use these brackets when you have if. I'll write over here is alert. Let's use alert. And say is a is greater than b. Okay. All right. Else alert. Oh. B is wait, just put it in. So B is greater. Okay, let's see what's happening. It gives me a is greater than b because a is greater than b. So let's make b 12 or 20. It says b is greater than a. So that's how your if statement works. Any problem? So one by one, these are things that you should be good at. आपको सारा पता होना चाहिए. चलो.
Sir,
जी बेटा बोलो.
there will be curly brackets after else.
Okay. The reason why is, okay, listen. That's how the if statement works. First of all, you should be indenting this. So ये if statement है, ये if की statement है. If this condition is true, this will happen. If this condition is not true, else this will happen. That's it. Because I'm not using another if. If I would have used another if, then I would have used curly bracket. I would have said else if another condition, and then it's curly bracket. This happens. Then again, we will have is obviously in that case I will remove this, and then I would say is else, and then again obviously another statement of alert. You get my point? Just like in Excel, remember, if this happens, then do this. So
Yes, sir.
if we were using multiple ifs in Excel, it was this not the way? कि हम if
Yes, sir.
statement true, then do this. False नहीं लिखते थे, फिर एक और if condition true, then true statement. और चलते रहता था काम. Same practice is that we do in other programming languages as well. Though is it clear better what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay. So yeah, if हो गया, इसमें थोड़ा सा मैं add करता हूँ. Let me just go back to the original. Yeah. ये है, इसमें prompt डालते हैं. What is prompt, by the way? Well, prompt takes the input from the user. मैं फाइल में चाहता हूँ कि हम डेटा एंटर करें. मैं कहता हूँ a is equals to prompt, और prompt में मैं लिख देता हूँ enter the value of a, and then what I'll do is prompt enter the value of b. So the only difference I've done is कि variable a और जो b है, I have not initialized with a particular value. मैंने ये नहीं किया. Now what happens now is when I click on live, it says give me the value of b. एक prompt आता है. Okay, let's have b as 34. A as 34. What's the value of b? Okay, let's have b as 23. So it says a is greater than b. Okay. Now what I'll do is I'll do it again. I'll enter over here is 23. And I'll enter the value of this is 45. Now, b is greater than a. Absolutely fine. But because I've used a prompt. So that's how we use a prompt. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
ये हमारी डिस्कशन आज कहाँ से शुरू हुई, कहाँ तक खत्म हुई है? First of all, we started our discussion with functions. We talked about functions के बाद get element by ID, which is in camel case. We discussed about was for loop. We talked about the if statement, right? And right, ये हमारी आज डिस्कशन अभी तक हुई है. ठीक है? मेरा 1 minute रह गया. प्लीज ज्वाइन बैक. मैं इसको आई विल नॉट प्रोलॉन्ग इट मोर, मगर थोड़ा सी और डिस्कशन करके बंद कर दूँ. प्लीज ज्वाइन बैक, खत्म होने वाला है.